Good morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to read to you a new story, and the title of our story is The Little Red Hen. I guess some of you may have read this story before, but this author, Bonnie Dopkins, is going to tell you her version of the story, and the illustrator is Shabhash Vahar. He drew the pictures, so there's some beautiful pictures and artwork in here. Pay close attention and let's listen to the story. Before I read the story, I want to tell you about the characters. There's a hen, and the hen has three friends. She has a cat, a dog, and a goose that are her friends. So let's pay close attention and find out what they're going to be doing in the story. I'll talk to you. Key vocabulary words to pay attention to. The hen. She's the main character in the story. The goose is one of her friends. And here's some words you're going to hear associated with the goose. You're going to find out that the goose likes to gossip. Gossip means to talk to their friends all day long. And another thing that you'll hear about the goose is that the goose waddled. The goose waddles around. That means they take short steps back and forth, kind of like the penguin in the story. Waddle back and forth, little short steps. And groom. She's going to have a friend that likes to groom themselves a lot. You'll figure out who it is once I read the story. Okay, here we go. Let's begin our story about the Little Red Hen. Once upon a time, there were 4 friends who lived together in a barnyard. There was a dog, a goose, a cat, and the Little Red Hen. The dog was a lively pup who liked to play all day. After all, he said, who will chase balls and do tricks if I don't? The cat was a handsome animal who liked to groom himself. After all, he said, who will take care of my good looks if I don't? The goose was a talkative bird who liked to gossip. After all, she said, who will share the news of the day if I don't? And the Little Red Hen, she just liked to figure out what needed doing and do it. One day, the 4 friends decided to move together in a cozy cottage near a river. They were very happy there. The dog played all day there in their big front yard. The goose waddled to the farmyard each morning and always came back with new stories to share. The cat washed himself on the sunny windowsill, and the Little Red Hen, she cleaned the house, worked in the garden, cooked the food, and did whatever else needed doing. One afternoon, the Little Red Hen swept out the shed and found a bag of wheat seeds. Excited, she brought the bag back to the cottage. Look what I found, she said. Who will help me plant these seeds that I found? We can make wheat out of the bread and bake some bread. Not I, said the dog. I have to play with my stick today. Not I, said the cat. I have to groom my fur today. Not I, said the goose. I have to talk to the cow today. She has news about the goat. All right, said the Little Red Hen. Then I'll plant the seed myself. And she did. She hoed the ground and planted the seeds and watered them well and pulled the weeds. Soon, a fine patch of wheat was growing tall in the sunlight. "Where the wheat is ready for harvest," said the little red hen. "Who will help me harvest it?" "Not I," said the dog. "I have to bury my bone today." "Not I," said the cat. "I have to smooth my whiskers today." "Not I," said the goose. "I have to visit the pig today. He says there's a scandal with the sheep." "All right," said the little red hen, "then I'll harvest the wheat myself." And she did. She cut the wheat, then gathered it and tied it up in a bundle and stacked it outside. "Now, the wheat must be ground into flour," said the little red hen. "Who will help me pull the wagon to the miller?" "Not I," said the dog. "Today is the day I chase rabbits." "Not I," said the cat. "Today is the day I clean between my toes." "Not I," said the goose. "Today is the day the goat said he'd tell me a secret about the cow." "All right then," said the little red hen, "then I'll pull the wagon myself." And she did. She cleaned the wagon and loaded the wheat and went to the miller's down the street. The next morning, the little red hen was ready to bake. "Who will help me make the dough?" she asked. "Not I," said the dog. "I'm busy chasing my tail." "Not I," said the goose. "The dust might make it hard for me to talk." "Not I," said the cat. "The flour would mush up my clean fur." "All right," sighed the little red hen. "Then I'll make the dough myself." And she did. She gathered up eggs and milk, yeast and flour, then mixed and kneaded for nearly an hour. "Now," said the little red hen, though she already knew the answer, "who will help me bake the bread?" "Not I," said the dog. "It's time for me to take a nap." "Not I," said the cat. "I really must get my beauty sleep." "Not I," said the goose. "I absolutely must rest my voice." "All right," said the little red hen. "Then I'll bake the bread myself." And she did. She built the fire, a difficult chore, and slid the pan through the oven door. She cleaned the mess that the baking had made and finally went outside to rest in the shade. As the afternoon wore on, the wonderful aroma of the bread drifted through the cottage. It tickled the nose of the napping dog, the sleeping cat, and the resting goose. They sniffed, they smiled, they opened their eyes. "What is that heavenly smell?" asked the goose. "What is that heavenly smell?" asked the goose. "Why, it was just my fresh bread," said the little red hen. "Who will help me eat it?" "I will," said the dog, and he jumped up from his rug. "I will," said the cat, and leaping down from the windowsill. "I will," stretched the goose, forgetting to rest her voice. Ran to get some of that bread. "You will?" asked the little red hen. "But you let me do everything else?" I hoed the ground and planted the seed and watered them well and pulled the weeds. I cut the wheat, then gathered it and tied it up in a bundles, and I stacked it outside. I cleaned the wagon and loaded the wheat and went to the mills down the street. I gathered up eggs, milk, yeast, and flour. Then I mixed and kneaded it for nearly an hour. I built a fire, a difficult choice, and slid the pan through the oven door. I cleaned the mess that the bacon had made, and then I only thing I did was rest in the shade. So do you know what? I think I'm going to eat this bread myself. Guess what? She did. But the next time the little red hen needed help around the house, nobody said, "Not I." The end. That was a good story, and it teaches you not to be selfish, always to help out when your friend's in need. Thank you. Talk about the characters of the story. Ask some questions to your family, like who was the little red hen's friends? What did they do? Remember the vocabulary words we talked about? The hen, the goose. We talked about what it meant to groom, waddle, and gossip. So those are your 5 vocabulary words. Talk to your parents about them, review them, and we'll read the story again the next time, and you can answer those questions for me. I hope you enjoyed the story, and we'll talk to you again soon.